welcome back to Where Have You Been? The show where we get all warm and cozy with a nice cup of coffee and we learn about local creatives, where they've been and where they're going. I'm your host, Brittany Fenwick, and like always, we have some fantastic guests today, such as the incredible Jordan Bruno from MKR and the amazing Suzanne Ryan, who is a local film producer and owner of Nutshell Pictures. We also have a stand-up set from local comedian Daniel Del Borello, and like that little splash of chocolate on the top of your cappuccino, we have the brilliant Juno Kind performing one of their hits to top it all off for us today. But before we get too far ahead, let me introduce our first guest. Please join me in welcoming Jordan Bruno. Hi!
Brittany, how's it going?
Hello.
Mwah, give me a kiss.
How are you?
Good. It's a dream to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. We're so excited that you're here.
Pleasure's all mine. You know I'm a coffee lover, so there's no place I'd rather be today.
Fantastic. Well, let's jump into it and ask you a few personal questions because we can.
I like.
So let's start with something about you. Obviously love cooking. Can you tell us what started that for you?
Yeah, I've been cooking since I was 13. Always a huge passion of mine. Absolutely adored it. I guess just growing up, I was always in the kitchen with my mum. My parents had 11 restaurants and cafes, so it was really natural for me to gravitate towards food, and it kind of became a bonding experience to share those moments with mum in the kitchen. So I was just picking up tips and tricks from a young age, and I followed in their footsteps, and now I'm trying to create restaurants and cafes on my own accord. But you know, it's a hard industry, but I'm trying to make it work.
That's amazing. Well, you're doing really well. We
Thank you.
know that you did a season of MKR, which is My Kitchen Rules. Can you tell us what led you to do that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, I've learnt a lot of things over my lifetime, and I'm a big believer in always following your passion. And I haven't always done that. That's just the truth. I actually finished university at the age of 21. I did a Bachelor in Economics and Finance. I don't even remember it. It's like, do you know when you drive somewhere and you just get there and you're like, I'm here?
I'm here.
That was my university degree, in all honesty. Anyway, I got this amazing internship at this international property company, and I was this corporate guy in this suit earning a six-figure salary at a young age, and I thought I'd made it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was just miserable. I was miserable. So from there, I decided, you know what? I'm going to use my mum to get myself on a cooking show. So I applied for MKR and sent in a naked photo of me holding a turkey down below, and I was on the show before I knew it, and the rest is history.
So is that like a little tip to anyone?
You know what? Like I always say, producers are looking for crazy people. Even if you're not crazy, give them what they want.
Give them what they want.
Exactly.
So you entered with your mum though, right?
Yeah, well, behind her back. She didn't actually know she was going on the show.
She didn't know.
I forged her signature, only because she didn't believe in herself enough, and I believe in her cooking ability. So for me, it was a natural thing to do, and the rest, she loved it more than me.
Wow,
to be honest. So
that's
it was
great.
amazing.
And what a great experience to share with your mum.
Amazing, you know, and she talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
If I got $1 off every time she said Pete and Manu loved my chicken and bacon pie, I'd have like
Comes up at
$67 or something
dinner table.
crazy. Yeah.
What?
All the time.
All right, we are going to play a game.
Ooh.
Are you ready for this? So this first game that we're going to play today is called 3 Things in 5 Seconds.
3 things, 5 seconds. All right.
Yes. So the aim of this game is to answer a question with 3 things that correspond with a word in 5 seconds.
Cool.
So I might say 3 animals, and you have 5 seconds to name 3 animals. Cool. That's not the question, because that would be too easy.
Yeah. And this is a judgment-free zone, right?
This is a judgment-free zone. However, if you cannot do it, we do have this wonderful bowl of uncooked mixed beans for you to eat. So no judgment, just punishment. So
I mean, I'm already a little bit gassy today. That might send me over the edge, but let's see how we go.
All right, let's start with something easy. So you have 5 seconds to name 3 animals that begin with the letter C.
Cat, caterpillar, cockroach. Do insects count?
Yes! Okay, no
I'm
beans.
good at this.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, name 3 brands of coffee.
Victoria, Diamantina, my favorite, and ants in your pants.
I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll take it.
All right, cool.
All right. Give us 3 reasons to be late for work.
Slept in, didn't feel like going, need a self-help day.
I like...
Self-care day?
I feel like
Yeah.
self-care days are legit though.
100%. They should be a
Legit.
regular thing.
Well, you should be allowed to call in a certain amount of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3 names to describe the feeling after you've had coffee.
Happiness, bliss, and energy.
This is just too good. You're
Yeah,
just
well,
too good
I mean,
at
you're
this.
hitting on my favorite things.
All right. We have our final question for you.
Okay, I'll do my best.
This one is virtually impossible, I've been told, but let's
Okay,
see.
beans for me, maybe.
Okay. Name 3 of the top 5 coffee distributing countries.
No idea. Sri Lanka. I'm not even sure. Malaysia, China. Yeah.
Have a bean, mate.
Have a bean.
Have a bean. Just in case you were wondering, some of the answers were Brazil, Vietnam, Colombia, Indonesia. There you go.
They make way more sense in my answers.
So, well, thank you for playing. I hope that
Pleasure.
tasted
They actually weren't too
delicious.
bad. Someone seasoned those, so thank you for whoever put some salt on them.
Yeah, we'll thank the crew.
Yeah, please.
Well, it was a nutritious treat. So, you know, we're
Perfect.
looking after you here on set.
That's what I like to hear.
Now, I'm really excited. We have another guest with us today that I'm so excited to introduce. She's a local film producer and the owner of Nutshell Pictures. Please join me in welcoming Suzanne Ryan. Yay!
Hello. Mwah.
Hi, Suzanne.
Thanks for having me. Mwah.
Thank
Nice
you
to see
so
you.
much for coming in today.
You're welcome.
Oh, we're so happy that you're here. How have you been?
Great.
You doing
I am
well?
surviving the Australian heat. As you can tell, I'm not a local exactly, so I'm from Manchester in England. So 40-degree heat
It's a lot.
is interesting.
I mean, I'm Perth, and I still struggle.
Yes,
You know, I've lived
yeah.
in Perth my whole life, and I'm still like, what is this heat?
Yeah, it's challenging.
All right. Well, look, you work in the film industry, which is amazing. Can we ask what started that up for you? What inspired getting into film?
So when I was back home in the UK after leaving school, Mum couldn't send any of us 4 girls to college, and I luckily got a job in the local commercial production company, who were where my auntie had worked at the time, and from there started my industry career at the age of 16 back home, working with commercial production companies, and then Granada and BBC and Endemol and companies like that, and kind of worked my way through the ranks from the age of 16. I'm 45 now, so that's
What? Don't believe
Not
it.
at
for a
all.
pretty tough industry. It's not bad going,
day
right?
Over 21.
Thanks, vibes, isn't it?
So, working with those names and with those people, is there anyone in particular, like a big name that stands out to you that you just adored working with?
I would probably say coming here. Back home was great, and we worked with celebs and such like that, and it was wonderful. But I would probably say that coming here and emigrating, when my husband decided he wanted to come to Perth, I was like, oh my God, my career's dead.
Yeah,
We
well,
have a booming TV industry here.
Well,
What are you
I
talking
didn't realise
about?
that till I got here, because I was like, we need to be in Melbourne and Sydney.
Yeah.
But I got here, and it was the amazing people at Channel 9 Perth that took me under their wing when we emigrated, and I worked and freelanced there for a long time. So, big heads up to the local production company and broadcasters here in Perth, especially Channel 9, yeah.
so do you have a big name that you would say you've worked with? That
Do you mean
would-
like a celeb?
Yeah, like a.
Yeah.
Is there a name that you kind of casually drop at the dinner time? Oh yes, I've met Sir.
One of the shows that we worked on was called Celebrities Under Pressure, and I suppose one of my favourite moments was the challenges that Tony Hadley and Matt Goss from Bros. Do you remember Bros? No, it might be a bit of a man.
I'm pretending like I do.
Well, Tony Hadley's Spandau Ballet.
Sorry?
Spandau Ballet. True. You know Spandau Ballet? No. Come on, people.
But this is
80s.
going over my head.
It's
Bringing
all
back
right, it's all
memories.
right.
Hashtag old bird. Here, right here,
just
right?
sit and eat some beans.
Have a bean. So Tony Hadley from Spandau Ballet it was Celebrities Under Pressure, and they had to compete with kind of challenges with families with Matt Goss, who was from Bros. And at the time, they were pretty cool because I was born in '74, so they were my era. And to kind of have challenges against those kind of 80s singers was cool. I don't know whether I name drop them because you've all just gone, who?
I mean, I was hoping for like a Spice Girl.
Never going to name drop them ever again. I'm just saying that.
Bless. No, it's good. Now I know who Ross Bros is. Is it Ross?
We're going to move into our next segment.
Matt Goss from
These
Bros.
two, I'm going to let these two go.
But yeah.
I'm going to let you two just keep going. We're going to play another game while I've got you here. We've got a game that we're going to play through, and it is called Guess Who?
Right.
Cool.
Not necessarily.
All right, so the game is pretty simple. I have some pictures of two celebrities whose faces have been meshed together. You have to see if you can guess who the two celebrities are. Now, there is no prize for this one except for the pride and dignity of knowing that you won.
Want that.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so here is our first picture.
Oh.
Do we have to put our hand up? So that's Keanu Reeves, and it looks like Sandra Bullock. Come on, bring it.
Isn't it the guy from The Matrix meets the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean? Johnny Depp? I'm terrible with
Keanu
names.
Reeves. Go on.
All
bring it.
right.
How far off were we?
So, oh wow, it's Keanu Reeves and Taylor Swift.
Oh, I was close.
What?
Sandra Bullock,
Taylor
female.
Swift. I don't see T
I
Swizzle
don't
in
get
there,
T
but
in there, but
apparently
I
there
like
you
it.
go.
I get
All
a
right,
point for
all
Keanu.
right.
Yeah.
One
So,
You're
let's
right.
go to our. I should flip them over, shouldn't I? Let's go to our next one. So we have the band.
Oh,
Oh,
Ellen
Miley
DeGeneres.
Cyrus and Channing Tatum.
Miley Cyrus and Ellen DeGeneres.
let's have a look. Miley Cyrus and Channing Tatum.
Oh!
What a
Yeah.
How did
guess.
you get Channing Tatum from that?
Magic
Magic
Mike
Mike.
is doing a tour in Perth, and his face just popped up on my news feed.
Ah, you see.
I know
Fantastic.
who this guy
All
is.
right, here we go.
Hot.
Oh.
Oh, I forget his name, but
Oh.
the hot guy from Spider-Man.
Oh, I know this one.
Well, you should do.
Well, no, I hadn't seen
What's
the
his
answers.
name?
Hot guy from Spider-Man, and what about the dude from 50 Shades of Grey? It looks like him as well.
Oh,
Maybe.
I think you could be right. I'm not. What's his name? He's so cute. Tom something.
It's. I think it's Tom Holland,
Yes.
but I don't know who the other person is.
No.
Should we find out?
Yep.
Tom Holland and Tom Cruise.
Ah.
Oh, I can see his teeth
Putting
now.
the
Tom Cruise's
tongues
teeth.
together.
Yes, that was challenging, that
Yeah,
one.
that was a tricky one.
All right. You ready for another one?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence meets Adam Lambert.
Oh, that's quite. I'm going to follow you on that one. That's quite good.
There's definitely some Jen in there. I don't know
There's
about the Adam.
Definitely J Law's in there. We're going for J Law and somebody else.
Oh, okay. So Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, that's their babies would be quite cute.
Yeah, they
wouldn't
would.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in a strange kind of
In a-
modern way.
Mashed up kind of way. All right. Well, I feel like that was a tie. Was that a tie? Let's
Yeah,
go with a tie.
Let's call
We
it a
could
tie.
both
We
take
can
one
both
if
keep
you want.
our pride and
Congratulations
dignity.
to both of you.
Or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for playing.
Pleasure.
So, coming up now, we are going to take a visit to our local comedy club and find out a little bit more about Daniel. He is an aspiring comedian and high school teacher. They go hand in hand. So make sure you don't have too much coffee during this set, otherwise I've been told it might be coming out of your nose. Let's take a look at Daniel's.
Welcome onto the stage, the first comedian for this comedy squad. Guys, start your clapping. Start your cheering. Woo! This guy's a regular of Comedy vs. Rappers, absolute killer. Welcome to the stage, Daniel
Yeah, boy. Sorry the show started a bit late, guys. The Armadale line doesn't get here at the train station at 10 o'clock, so rappers are running late.
Tell us a bit about how you got into comedy first of all.
Yeah, I'd always tell stories about my nonna. So then my mates put my name down at an open mic night and basically said, you're doing it. So I went and did it and it went all right. And then I entered Raw, which is like, I think Triple J or something, big comedy comp. And I made the state final on my like third go. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll try it out. And then kept going, eh? And then I found this show, like I quit comedy for a bit, but then I found this show and it got me back. And then did Raw again and made state final again. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna start doing comedy. Yeah. But look, this is the best place to do comedy, man. This is the best place for you know, versing unemployed rappers. You guys? Have you guys been to the show before? No. And what's your name, bro? Didier. Oh, Didier. You French?
No, Canadian.
Oh, cool. I picked it the first time.
Depending on how you look at this, what's been the best / worst heckle that you've ever had?
I like it. So I can't think of a specific heckle, but anything they say, they forget. I've got the microphone, so you're going to lose. So whatever you try and do, you're going to lose. Yeah. So, but I don't really get heckled because I'm more like relatable. Like I like to have a chat, so it's not like they're trying to interrupt me. If they're heckling, it's because I asked for it, so that's good. Yeah. Parents think they're being unique these days, man. They're like trying to name it something special or like how their parents met, named after how their parents met. Like when I was born, my parents named family names or Bible names. Like I'm Daniel, my brother's Jesus. And you know, these parents trying to be special and unique, like naming after how they met. So if that's going to happen in the future, we're going to have a bunch of kids called Tinder, eHarmony, and On Pingers at Stereosonic. Hey. But I blame it on one person, dude. I blame it on Kim Kardashian, man. Yeah, I love her movie. But she married Kanye West and she called her kid a direction. Northwest. That's dumb, eh? Like, can you imagine if Aussie started doing that, just naming their kids directions? So, yes, my youngest hang a lefty. It's my middle fang a righty. And it's the oldest Chucky Yui. Chucky Yui sounds more Maori though, eh? Those comedians versus rappers. Back in the day, we used to have some of Perth's best freestylers on it, and the banter back and forth. And some shows we did at Southbound were pretty. Everything in this show is that's my funniest moments. Yeah. What else did you say? Man, ready to rock this way. So when I'm doing is actually whack, cause you're the only black dude that can't actually rap. When I come back, I'm the style is whack. So where's your shoes from? Did you get a free Big Mac from Ronald McDonald? That's my attack.
Talking about shoes, white shoes, stonewashed jeans, beige jumper. That's why everyone's a gay, brother.
That's alright if I was, I would just own it. Stop being a motherfucking homophobic. But the truth is, man, I'm about to spit. You wouldn't even be able to get anywhere near my dick. Yeah, that's mean. Oi, shot out of your league. That's right, bro, and I'm just supreme. You closer than this cream next to me. So what you do, man, this kinda odd kid. You look like Ed Sheeran had sex with a hobbit. My solo show is my favourite, man, during Fringe. 30 years single gives me an hour to just work in, win the crowd over, get all my callbacks going, get my freestyle love songs. So that's my favourite time, is during Fringe or any time I get an hour to myself. Otherwise, it's this show when I'm, just any comedians versus rappers is what I look forward to.
And we are back. We have one more game that we'd like to play today on Where Have You Been? And our guests, well, you might not like it, but I'm sure we'll be fine. It's called Spill the Beans. So this is how it works. I'm going to ask you a couple of pretty tough questions, and you can either choose to answer the question truthfully, or you can pass, but then you have to eat a raw coffee bean.
Oh, that is a big punishment.
Are you ready? Are you
I
ready
feel
for
I
this?
could be.
No.
All right, so you ready for our first question?
Please.
Our first question, what has something that you have done at a job that should have gotten you fired, but just being like casually bad at your job isn't quite, can't be like, well, I just wasn't good.
Let's rule that one out.
So have you ever done anything that you should have gotten fired for?
Yeah, but like I don't know how much I want to say. I don't want to go to jail. You know what I mean?
Eat a bean.
Eat a bean.
Yeah, I'm going to eat a bean.
Oh my goodness, wonderful. That's so...
I mean, I've done lots of things I shouldn't do at my job. Like, I worked in a fruit and veg store and I've peed in one of the drains, like, in the open areas.
You should have ate a bean.
You should have done that. I mean, I'm glad that you told us that.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's something, like, frowned upon. It's very natural. Yeah, maybe it is frowned upon.
I'm eating a bean because
Oh!
I'm not going
No,
there.
I
I
wouldn't
can't compete
disclose.
with peeing anywhere.
I mean, it was a drain. It's not like I just went everywhere with it. It was, you know, for unwanted water.
I mean, this leads into our next question with a little bit of concern around hygiene for me, but
Fair enough.
we all know the 5-second rule. So if you drop something on the floor, you have 5 seconds to pick it up and eat it. What's the longest time you've left food on the floor and still picked it up and eaten it?
Oh, I'm pretty liberal.
I'm very liberal.
Now, is it the same space?
How
liberal?
Those coffee beans were all over the floor before they got put in that bowl.
same space that you wee in the drain, or like?
No, different space. But you know what? I would say if I sometimes, even when I'm doing groceries or I'm cooking, if I'm out of bench space, because I cook for the masses, I'm not going to leave it open on the floor, but I'll put stuff down there. But I mean, I've eaten ants
in the
directly off
packaging,
a
right?
tree, witchery grubs.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of dirt is good for the immune system, I
it's good
feel.
for the immune system. For me, in our household, we compete with the dog. So as long as I get to it before the dog,
Yeah.
it's game.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fair game.
Yeah.
You just have to beat the dog. So
Yeah.
it's not so much about the 5-second rule.
No,
It's more
you've just got
about
to pick that piece of
being
food up.
quicker than the.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly, you got a timer.
Frugal times.
So
Wouldn't want to eat at your house.
now you've both spent some time, obviously, on film sets, on TV sets, and things like that. Do you have a stranger story of something that's happened on set?
Ooh, we might have needed a bit of time to think about this.
I mean, I've got like dirty stories that have happened. You know what I mean? Like, they're nothing to brag about, but I've seen like, it's kind of sad. Relationships break down from people on set and stuff. And I've seen like the realities of working in TV as well. A lot of mental health, a lot of long hours, stuff that isn't communicated. I don't know if it's a fun answer, but yeah, TV and fame and all of that is bundled up as this glamorous lifestyle. It's not actually like that for a lot of people. A lot of the people don't want those things. It just comes with the territory.
Yeah, they want the career of it,
Yeah.
but not maybe the...
Sorry, Brittany, was that a sad story?
No.
I've got a funny one then. Are
You
you ready?
go.
I'll compensate.
It was good.
A lot of my fun experiences have been in the green room, right? So, you know, for people who don't know the green room, that's an area where you take your celebs and your guests just to have a bit of quiet time away from set until they're due on set. So we had a show where we'd had the Happy Mondays, which is another British band, right? So the Happy Mondays were going to be invited on, and they're a very... spaced out band. So there's a drummer, I think his name's Bez, and he was in the green room and was going off at everybody because there was a Manchester United match on that he wanted to watch, and he was fully spaced out. And every time people were like conversing or the floor manager might come in, he would shout at them, and it was absolutely high as a kite.
Well.
He didn't get invited onto the set.
Oh,
That would have been
Sure
entertaining,
not.
though.
It would have been, but live television, you know what that's like.
I do. And on that note, we're going to wrap it up. That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for tuning in for our final episode of Where Have You Been? We would love to, of course, thank our fantastic guests today, Jordan Bruno and Suzanne Ryan.
Thank you
so much. Also, thank you to Daniel Del Borello for being on our show today. We'd also like to thank Dimatina, I keep saying this wrong, Dimatina Coffee for helping us with our set. As always, we're going to finish off our show today with our fantastic musical performance from Juno Kind. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to keep drinking all that coffee.
You felt like coming home to me, felt like home, my warm
go outside when you're away, and I won't go on and carry this weight.
It was like I'd known your lifetime, not a day goes by I don't think of when you caressed me that night under the southern moonlight. In the night, in my dreams, when I'm alone, so it seems, oh, I believed you. Oh, I loved you. In the night, in my dreams, when I'm alone, so it seems, oh, I believed you. Oh, I loved you. Oh. I know you don't see me the way I do, but I wonder, do you feel the same way about me too?
Don't you sit here while I fade away and go. I will be here when you fade away.
It was like I'd known your lifetime, not a day goes by I don't think of when you caressed me that night under the southern moonlight. In the night, in my dreams, when I'm alone, so it seems, oh, I believed you. Oh, I loved you. In the night, in my dreams, when I'm alone, so it seems, oh, I believed you. Oh, I loved you. Oh. In the night, in my dreams, when I'm alone, so it seems, oh, I believed you. I loved you. In the night, in my dreams, when I'm alone, so it seems, oh, I believed you.